All right, welcome boys, and in today's video we are going to be reacting to, is the red pill conducive to relationships, right? This is a video from Abba and Preach. Guys, if you guys have not already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Hit this video with a like, it really helps us grow on YouTube, okay? Without no further ado, guys, let's jump right into this video.
I've noticed this trend is this is like more of a red pill in general, right? But they often talk about the nuclear family, right? Like the nuclear family is dying, feminism is killing it or has killed it, et cetera, et cetera. These women are not built for making families. And I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at it. You can say that a lot of modern changes that we've made to society definitely do not enable us, right, to have the same type of families that we used to have. Agreed? When you preach to people that they need to get 50 bodies before they can really settle down, how is that contributing to the nuclear family?
Be careful how you.
Your name? Did I say your name?
The preach.
Oh.
Yeah.
My question stands.
Go ahead. How does that, if you preach that, how does that contribute? I mean, you could say that. I tried. I have nothing.
My question is, how are a lot of these things in any way conducive to building the nuclear family?
You know, that statement, you know, and I know where that statement is from, right? It was from Fresh and Fit when they went on, from what I remember, it was when they went on, shoot, I forget the guy's name, but they went on this podcast and they said that they advised guys to have at least 50 bodies, right? And I think the general thing is this, right? It's not in the sense of having 50 bodies, right? Because I don't think the number is the main thing that we should all go for. I think it's more of the quality, right? The quality of the relationships that you're having with women, right? And knowing how to manage relationship is more important than actually the bodies in it, the number, right? Because when you're just going, I know people that have bodies that are like ridiculous, but their understanding of women is still very low, right? So on this channel, I teach you guys, like, look, understanding women is important. You have to understand women, right? And when it comes to the red pill, one thing that people don't understand is that red pill is more of an understanding of the world that you live in, right? A deeper understanding. That is what the red pill is supposed to be. But yes, are there people out there that have made it that have kind of like twisted and tormented the whole idea? Yes, right? So let's continue.
All this stuff. Do you think that's the nuclear family? You know, when you got multiple wives, you got to split your time with in different families. How is that contributing to a stable household? You running out here raising your chances.
But I mean, it's something.
No, but you running out here raising the chances of having your kids out of wedlock with strangers that you don't even know. You only like them for their looks. Like, how is that choosing, one, a good mother for your kids, and two, creating a stable environment for them when you don't want to be with the mother? Like, I just find it funny sometimes, where it honestly feels like we're always pulling at two extremes, right? It's like these people are like, the nuclear family. It's like, well, what are you contributing to make sure that that thing is staying intact? You're not, right? It's become now a self-preservation thing from women and from men.
Yes,
right?
Which is understandable.
Right? Women are basically saying, I've been fucked over by society for so long. I didn't have any autonomy. No, none of my dreams mattered. I was basically told to breed and stay at home and cook and clean. So like, no, I'm an individual who wants to do shit. So I'm gonna go live my best life. Birth control exists. I want to have all this sexual freedom, right? And women are now discovering that, hey, listen, going around fucking every dude on the block is actually not rewarding. Then you have the opposite end of the spectrum where it's guys, right? And now guys are kind of being left behind, right? Their place in the world is almost gone.
Yeah.
Right? Because like they're not in school as
They're
much.
not needed.
They're told that they don't want it, right? Women can do all bad by themselves, right? They're being pushed out of education, a lot of workplaces, even the dating market. Like there's far more male versions, there's gonna be female versions generally. Like the odds you get laid as the average dude or ugly dude far lower. So finding a mating opportunity becomes much more difficult, right? And so they engage in this self-preservation thing where they're like, well, women are to blame from my issues. The modern woman is not worth even dating or spending time on because they're entitled, twerking, losers, some, you know what I mean? Then the women are like, well, these modern men are just misogynists who want to perpetuate the patriarchy and not take the responsibility. So we have both sides.
Nobody's talking to you.
Both sides being like, the other's the problem.
And nobody's talking to you.
Right? And even you hear them sometimes. You hear ladies be like, girl, you're the prize. You're the best.
Yes, you
right?
hear that.
Guess what?
Don't lower your standards.
Guess what? I started hearing the red pill dudes be like, man, you're the prize. You choose when the relationship happens. So they're doing the same speech, but to a different crowd that's disaffected or disenfranchised when it comes to the dating
It's
market.
like every bad.
And I do agree with what you're saying here, but I would add a caveat to that, right? Here's the thing. Feminism was a response to the fact that women felt that they were not being listened to, right? That they were being looked as less than, as they were being, women felt that they were not being heard in society, right? That was what spurred on feminism, right? To give women back some power that they felt that they didn't have in society. Now, in the modern day society, now that has gone to an extreme, right? Where it's like they said, right? Men are being taken advantage of, right? There are a group of men that are being taken advantage of, and it's like, it feels like there is this men bashing and kind of like men are being taken advantage of, right? So out of that birthed the red pill, right? Of trying to give men a space to actually voice their pain and voice their realization of what women are, of what some women have become, right? And I do believe that in a way, we as men, or just people in society, have to look at these two movements and see, okay, let's take the good that feminism has brought and the good that red pill has brought and kind of combine the two and see where we can meet in the middle, right? Because now there is a section of red pill that is kind of like, you look at it and you go, okay, I agree with what you're saying on this part of the ideology, but on this other part of the ideology is kind of like asinine, right? Same thing as feminism. Okay, I see what you're talking about here, but on this other side, this other argument as well is kind of asinine, right? And I do believe that there are people in the middle that actually see this and go, you know what? Even though I hear these two ideologies, I know what I want for my life, right? And that's where we as humans, right, have to go, okay, I'm taking all this information in, right? And I need to go, okay, what do I want for my life, right? What are the goals that I want in my life, right? What are the ideas that will help me and what are the ideas that will hinder me? The ones that will hinder me, I put to the side, and the ones that will help me, I assimilate into my life, right? And that's what I feel like men, since this is a men's channel, I feel like men should take out of the red pill, right? I feel my thing is that I say, take what works and then leave what doesn't work, right? If something is working for you, if an ideology is working for you and you say, okay, you know what, that makes sense, that's kind of like, that's not actually kind of my mode, just leave it, right? That's why I don't tell people, look, you need to be red pill everything, right? If an ideology from the red pill is helping you, yeah, sure, take it. There are some ideologies from red pill that are actually useful, but there are some ideology that are just kind of like, man, that is really going to hamper your growth as a man, right? Let's continue.
The man and the woman. This is a. You guys are purple pill. Shh, I don't care. I'm not a pill. I'm a human being. Okay. Yeah, but I don't even abide by the rules that you go. So you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. But everybody's pointing the finger at everybody else for the bad stick that they're taking. It's like I take a bad step.
Yeah.
Nigga, why didn't you make the floor crack? That's what they're doing.
Yo.
But so it goes on. Nobody. Everybody's mad. Everybody's mad. Nobody's. Can y'all just fuck? Can y'all could just be fucking right now. Other than throwing hands. Y'all could be, instead of being, it's like a chainsaw by a battle. It's like, yo, y'all could be fucking right now. Or not.
And here's a discussion that you have to have at some point. You're going to realize some things don't overlap. The things that get you to the dance aren't the things that are going to keep you dancing.
No, my car doesn't make me dance.
Right? You got the ID to get in. Don't mean you got the skills to keep going.
Oh.
Right? The things that will lead you to having the opportunities to succeed aren't the things that are going to keep you succeeding. Meaning, I might have the great flash idea that's going to make up for a great business plan. But what sustains a business is a completely different set of skills. Why am I saying this? Because a lot of times, the ideas that are focused on within the Red Pill community, like the mantras, are great for getting women. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these things will work if you want to get laid. Right? You go to these pickup coaches and stuff like that, you want to get laid, a lot of these ideas will work.
Your body count is going to increase.
Undoubtedly. But when it comes to sustaining long-term relationships, those are not the skills that are going to help you with that. Now, there's going to be some overlap, that sense of confidence that you develop, that comfort that you feel with talking to the opposite sex, all that stuff, great. But there are a completely different set of skills that require you tone some of that down that you will need for your relationship to last, right? So you might need to be brazen and confident and do all this other stuff to be able to get there. Cool. Once you get in a relationship, you have to understand the importance of compromise. It's like, what's your end goal?
And I do agree with that, yes. Right? So just like I was saying, it's not the whole notch count that I advise guys. It's like you have to understand women, right? And I feel like you have to understand what is your goal in life, what you as a person, forget all what everyone is saying. What do you want for your life? As a man, what is your goal, right? Okay, I want a nice girl that I can settle down with. Okay, here's what you need to know about that, right? You have to figure out what are the ideologies that I need to take for myself. Like, okay, I want to have, and I want to, let's say you're that kind of guy that, okay, you want to have multiple women. Okay, right? What ideologies do I need to understand to be able to deal with multiple women, right? Oh, Albert, I want to have a wife. Okay, what do I need to do to ensure that I'm able to pick the best possible mate, right? And I feel like that is the message that is being missed, right? I feel like there is a certain kind of, okay, since I'm red pill, I'm not supposed to be dealing with one woman, or, oh, I can't love one woman, or, okay, since I'm red pill, I need to be sleeping with multiple women. Guys, we're all built differently, right? We're all built differently. Me personally, I need to have a connection with the girls that I'm sleeping with, right? I need to have a connection with the girls that I have in my rotation, right? Hey, call me crazy, but I need to have a rotation. It's just, that's where my headspace is right now. Maybe down the line, I may want a wife. Who knows, right? But I don't negate that point. But I feel like a lot of guys in the red pill space go, you know what? Since I'm red pill, I just need to be dealing with multiple women. No, right? You have to figure out what works for my life. What do I want in my life? Because at the end of the day, guys, the bed you make is the bed that you're gonna have to sleep in, right? So maybe down the road, you might actually have wanted a family, but you're out here sleeping with a bunch of women, and then you realize, oh shoot, I actually wanted wife and kids, but these guys were telling me I need to increase my notch count, right? I will never tell you need to increase your notch count. What I will tell you is that you need to understand how women work. Plain and simple. I will keep singing that till the day I die. You need to understand the way women work. Why? Because this will help you build better relationships with women in the future, right? Whether that's with 2 women, whether that's 3 women, whether that's with 1 woman, right? My channel teaches you how to interact with women better. And that is what you need to be getting out of the red pill ideology, not the fact that you need to increase your notch count, right? We're not worried about quantity. We're actually concerned with quality, the quality of your life, the quality of the women that you spend time with, avoiding bad women in general, and actually introducing and knowing how to spot quality women and being able to maintain relationships with those quality women. Right? Let's continue.
I want to be married at some point. I'd like to have a few kids. I'd like to be able to be with the mother of my kids, right? That's important to me, right? I don't play with that. I don't want to frivolously have kids like that. Zero interest in doing what they teach, right? Other than like, guys, understand what marriage is, which I think is always a good idea because you should know what you're getting into if you're going to sign that contract. Other than that, none of it's conducive to the ideas that'll help you sustain a long marriage. And so you create a section of society that feels alienated, feels like their issues are not voiced. So it's kind of like that video I did before where I said like the red pill is necessary. It's like, well, you got no platforms to really speak to these dudes. You get what I'm saying? Like, you mad about who they found, but you don't even allow for healthy alternatives, or don't encourage them, or don't support them, or don't feel like they're valid, right? Only now you're starting to see people be like, I see men's issues like to some degree, but it's like, it's taken a long time, right? There's been a lot of suffering that these people have endured and been told like your problems are invalid, right? In the same token, it's like women were saying like, yo, listen, this man put his hands on me, right? He did things to me, and everyone's like, nah, that's not real. It's like, well, you know what? That invalidation will affect you.
Call the police next time.
Yeah.
Next time she dead. That's messed up.
You know what I'm saying? So in the same token, women have dealt with issues for a long period of time as well, right? Where their stuff was invalidated. Now they're being heard for it. It's great, go. But now they're thinking like, man, y'all ain't got problems. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like when we own most of the like self-deletions, you don't think we got issues? Like what you talking about, right? Right? When dudes getting shafted in family court and in marriages, like what are you talking about? Like I would lose my mind. I would lose my fucking mind if I was married to somebody. I'm off to work, she banging the next dude. Now I gotta leave my house and I gotta pay her a bunch of money. I would lose my mind. It's impossible as a dude not to read that shit and be like, oh nigga, it couldn't be me.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? I will say that even though there's a lot of toxicity in the red pill, I do believe that the red pill is very necessary, right? Why the red pill has exploded in recent years is that it speaks to a primal pain that a lot of men have been suffering with in silence, right? It speaks to the fact that men are like, oh, wow, you know what? Actually, yes. You know what? Actually, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it speaks to a primal pain that nobody is talking about. Right? That's why a lot of channels are blowing up, because they are touching on a pain point that most men have, that most men that have been taken advantage of for years didn't have a platform to actually speak on. And these specific channels that are red pill channels are hitting every single night, and they're like, yes, someone is listening, right? As much as I want to say, you know what, there's some toxic areas of red pill, but I will say this, it has helped a lot of men come out of darkness, right? It has helped men, give some men voices, right? They feel heard, they feel seen, right? In a world that has ignored them completely, in a world that they feel has ignored them completely. Right? Do I say, hey, you know what? Stay in that situation? No. Right? I do feel like, because me as a person, right? I'm not a kind of person that I want to dwell on the problem. I'm always solution oriented. Right? If something bad happens to me, I always want to take accountability and see how can I do better next time? Right? Okay, this happened to me. Okay, how do I avoid it from happening to me next time? But here's the thing, not everybody's like that, right? Not everybody is like that. Most people, sorry to say, most people like to dwell in the problem. And in closing, I will say this, right? And I will end the video here. Does the red pill do more good than harm? Yes. I will say it does more good than it does harm. Yes, there's a lot of toxicity, but I will say it does more good than harm, right? Because it has brought a lot of guys out of darkness and into the light. You know, there's some people that are in the darkness still, but it does more good than it does harm. And we have to really appreciate what the red pill has done for a lot of men. Now, are there people out there that have, you know, corrupted the message of the red pill? Yes. Right? The red pill is basically understanding. That's all it is. It's seeing the world as it is. That is what it was supposed to be. Now people have corrupted that idea, sure. But what the red pill, the main idea of the red pill was to give you a deeper understanding of how the world works and teaching you how to navigate in that world, right? Because it's like in the Matrix, right? You know, when Neo takes the red pill, he sees the world for what it is. And then he starts to learn how to navigate through that world better. And that is what the men's movement or the red pill is supposed to be, right? To give you a deeper understanding of how the world works and to give you a better understanding and give you the tools to navigate this world better without getting your ass taken to the cleaners, right? Guys, that is the video for today. If you have not already, guys, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my future videos. Guys, with that, I'll see you guys on the next one. If you guys have any comments, leave it for me in the comment sections below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.